JoCat, a crap guide to Final Fantasy XIV. Now, I just started playing a tank the other week. I made a paladin, so I'm excited to see what kind of new quick tips I can pick up in this video. Let's check it out.
What up, warriors of fartness? I bet you don't have the slightest clue how to play this eyeball-melting anime game. Oh, sure, you probably know that you can beat up enemies by clicking on them until they die, but do you know how to find a static in your FC to help you prog uwu? I bet you don't even know what any of those words mean. So
I actually don't.
And eat your gissel greens, because I'm going to teach you what thee mayhap not knoweth, thy noobliness. Welcome to a crap guide to Final Fantasy.
Thank you. Oh god, dude. I don't know any of those words. I'm pretty nervous.
The tank is the person in the front lines of every group, leading the charge to inevitable party wipes, which is because you are the most...
You know, okay, so VIP, I have to say, like, playing a tank in dungeons, I feel like I'm actually the main character. Like, I feel like I'm the real Warrior of Light, you know? Like, people are following me into battle. I'm the one in the lead. You know, you are the VIP. You are the main character if you're the tank.
Important person in the party having slap fights with the boss since everybody else is way too squishy to handle the puss-pounding patty cake. You'll never see Jimmy's soft boots eyeing up a cloud of darkness with his 2x4 and scriggly tree branch. But how hard can tanking be? Turn on your tank stance, do your 1-2-3 combo, and blame the healers when you die, right? That sounds like somebody who needs their short Q privileges revoked. Firstly, tank stance. You turn this on to start gaining enmity. What's enmity? It's where you shout at the bad guy. Second of all, dungeons, I only remember after the first pull because I'm like, why am I not holding aggro? And then like... I'm like, oh, right, tank stance is off. Tank stance should default to on. For some reason, it doesn't. Literally, you have to turn it on every single time you enter a dungeon, even if it was turned on before going into the dungeon. All right, rant over. Hey, hit me! They'll be paying attention to you so long as you're dealing damage, so you better be dealing damage and not just having a staring contest. If you don't, then they're going to start indiscriminately charging at the rest of the party like a dog in a movie theater. If you are the designated main tank, or in light parties the only tank, make sure this is on. If there is another tank in the party and you are the off tank, make sure this is off, unless there's some other bad guys you gotta pull. If you have conflicting stances...
Off tank is the best role, because you get all the glory being the main tank, but with all not doing as much work.
The other tank, they will chuck their shoulder pads at you. As a tank, you should make sure the bad guy's ass is facing the party as often as possible, as indicated by the bright, glowing, half-eaten donut underneath the target. This is so that if the bad guy sneezes, you're the only one getting down with the sickness. And also, if your party has anyone playing any jobs that particularly likes to clap them cheeks, you've provided a bright, shiny spanking space. On top of this, as a tank, you are by Heidelin's Crossing's horrible at dancing, which is why you should move as little as possible once you've got the enemy's attention. That way, the party can continue to whack the wumpus.
I have to learn from that too, because I play like a rogue from WoW, like a PvP. I play like, what's his name? Pershiro from WoW. I'm like moving all over the place, like, whoa, stab. But I really just gotta stand still, you know?
Without having to chase down the bad guy's glorious booty. Just as well, because you have control of where the baddies are, you control how useful everybody else is. So if somebody puts down a useful AoE, stop fucking running away from it! Now that you have the baddie's attention and are in a nice, cozy, poking position, you don't have to worry about anything else, right? Ah, that's what I thought you'd say, you dumb fucking horse! Believe it or not, when you die, it's not entirely the healer's fault, just mostly their fault. That little bit of responsibility you have is based on how well
I'm a healer, man. That's not true.
What's mitigation? It's the buttons that make the bad guy's slaps hurt less that you sometimes press once, a subscription, and never think about again. You ever wonder why you have several of those buttons that all seem like they do the same thing? Well, that's because you're supposed to space them out over the course of a fight so the healers don't have to sacrifice their entire mana pool.
I use them all at once. I pull a big pull, just mash them up, you know. We go wall to wall. We do the entire room. I just do nice 70% damage mitigation. I know it's the wrong thing to do, okay? I know.
Firstborn child to get your frail ass through the dungeon. Remember not to bust your tanking load all at once, or else you're gonna feel a lot of shame when you're all out of juice and the boss still wants to go about 4 more rounds. Every tank also has
talking about bosses
to survive any devastating attacks, or if you're a really aggressive paladin who drew every enemy in a dungeon ever and don't want the healer to hire a hitman on you. As for what your limit break does,
I literally just said that's what I do, right?
Are thicker than the average Disney mom, to the point your honky-chonky donkey bahonky extends to the rest of the party, protecting them from damage up to a whopping 80% at LB3. The thing is, unless you're a high-end player, you'll probably be using tank LB as frequently as a good player rolls high on loot. Overall, you have 4 flavors to choose from: punk, grunge, metal, and Christian rock. There's warrior for big axes, big anger, big self-healing, and if you like to do fell cleaves again and again and again and again. If you prefer more brooding than cruding, the Dark Knight is great for doing your best guts
coolest.
You get a huge ass sword, goopy black energy particle effects, and the literal best mitigation in the entire game. But it's balanced because they get the worst invulnerability button in the entire game. You press it and then it makes you die. Gunbreaker is called a tank,
That's
but
pretty
everybody
cool.
knows it's just 3 DPS in a trench coat as designated by the fact you get a fucking gun and your swings explode. But you have to be a hardcore gamer since it requires a lot of
I hear Gunbreaker is pretty OP right now though. I hear they're pretty OP.
cartridges. And finally, the Paladin, who tries to pretend they're a healer and caster, but only when the other healers and casters are looking. But fuck all that, because the most important thing is that you get the motherfucking sword and shield, baby!
Yeah, there we go.
Behind this wall of holiness, bitch!
Look at that. Look at that.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's it, huh? I guess that's perfect, you know? What else do we have to say? I do agree. Paladin, that's what I'm playing as. I think they're pretty dope. The reason actually why I played a Paladin, why I wanted to roll a Paladin, is because I was in a dungeon with this Paladin. We all died except for him, and then he almost sold the last boss by himself because he had these incredible heals and some pretty good damage mitigation. I was like, that could be me! Literally the only reason. It's moments like that why I pick new characters. If I see an OP player picking like a new job or class or even like a MOBA, like, oh my god, that character must be OP, and then I play and I suck. That's how it goes, you know?